Is Black Female Office Holders, and we're talking to Representative Mary Pruitt, a member of the Tennessee General Assembly. And let me welcome you to Black Pulse, Representative Pruitt.
Thank you, Dr. HaneY.
Representative Pruitt, this is the second in a series that we have dealing with women in professions formerly dominated by men. And of course, we've selected the areas of politics and law to talk to women in those areas. We're concerned about the efforts and the progress that they've made in these various areas. And I'd like to start off this portion of our show by having you to give us some information relative to the progress that women have made as you see it in the areas of politics.
Dr. HaneY, we're talking about the progress of black women. First, let me say that I am one of the two black females that is in the Tennessee House of Representatives. We look at progress, we have to go back probably as early as the 60s, the late 60s, early 70s, and we as women have been able to change that sort of image. That image was that females were persons who did the cooking, did the ironing, minded the children, and subservient to their male counterparts. The male counterparts were the decision makers. We, in turn, had to rely on their decisions. In the Deep South, southern areas, our white males would see black females as those persons who were babysitters, housekeepers, and et cetera, et cetera. When decision making was to be done, they, in turn, had gone to our male counterparts. Since the civil rights movement and females joined the movement, we walked alongside of our male counterparts. We were involved. We made decisions. Now, we have come to the forefront as being leaders. We have proven ourselves as being those persons who can make quick, strong decisions, proven ourselves as being able to make decisions and not be more or less emotional with our decisions, and we can make decisions and not look at it in terms of our viewpoint, but a total community as well.
Let's look at your position in the state legislature, Representative Pruitt. As one of the two black females in that assembly, what do you see as the advantages that come to you, or perhaps even the disadvantages that come from you in being in the situation that you're in?
I can only look at being in a position that I am in the vantage point of view. In a vantage point of view, first of all, I went in as a person who is saying by what I did, way I did things, that I am here to be part of the General Assembly, to make decisions because I have a vote. Going in with that attitude and projecting that kind of image, I was able to become Secretary of General Welfare Committee, Chairman of the FDC Study Committee, Vice Chair of many other committees. I went in with the attitude that I can deal with you, I can quote, we can discuss. We can come to an agreement because I am one of you. We all are representatives, and irregardless of the sex, whether you're male, whether you're female. And with that kind of attitude and my counterparts knowing that this is the way it was going to be, I feel good about being in the Assembly.
Now, of course, we mentioned that these are professions formerly dominated by men, and of course, politics is still dominated by men.
Certainly. There are those decisions that are still made somewhere, let's say, in the outhouse or what have you, and those decisions made late at night in the back rooms. But when it all boils down, you know, you still have a vote. You still have the influence and can influence those persons to help you. Even though these things were dominated, you can see that it's gradually changing. It's changing because of the fact that there are issues that need to be addressed. Certain persons have other kinds of issues that they want to address. So the give and take of that is most important, which means that we are pushing toward the forefront. We were able to get a Speaker Pro Tem. She's a black female. If you take a look at the females across the nation, we have congresswomen, we have a mayor, the mayor of Arkansas was a female, and etc. So we have proven ourselves as being leaders.
Very good. In reference to issues, and especially issues that you've been involved in the General Assembly, Representative Pruitt, how do you see your position as a woman in the General Assembly affecting your committee assignments in terms of what you have to do, what you consider to be issues, AFDC, welfare, and et cetera. Do you see your position as a woman helping you or hindering you within that situation?
I see it helping me. First of all, we take a look at those issues that have been toward the forefront. Teen pregnancy, daycare, and that sort of thing. Male, of course, the male counterparts felt sort of uncomfortable addressing those issues. So they left it up to the female to look at it, go into depth, into detail as to what should or should be done. So that is a plus as far as being female in the House of Representatives. Of course, the AFDC study committee, we are looking at those indigent cases, and I, of course, am interested in education and being able to access the educational level, to move the recipients up to a high level through job programs and that sort of thing.
Now, do you see any real distinction between women in elective offices and women in appointive offices? Do you think that one sort of helps or reinforces the other?
Women these days are supporting one another. We know that as a force, working together, we can impact more, you know. If I am in the House of Representatives, if other women are supportive of me, then I in turn support them. So it's a give and take sort of thing. And I think we are coming to the point where we know in order to be viable, we have to support one another.
Very good. And I suppose one of the major issues facing women, not only in Tennessee, but throughout the nation, is how to deal with the incoming administration, especially women who are involved in politics and women who are Democrats who are involved in politics. What is your perception of how we ought to deal with some of the problems that we have to deal with on a national level?
Well, on a national level, of course, the federal bills come down to the state level. If we will work with those persons on the national level, which is our congressmen and our senators, which they remain valuable because of us on the local level, helping and aiding and assisting them when it comes time to the elections. We, in turn, can talk to them about what we think should be done, the needs of our state, especially in the area of daycare. And of course, we had a great impact with on the FDC federal reform bill.
Very good. And we're going to talk about that federal reform bill at another part of our show. We'll be back with you following this commercial break.